Hello! You joined me on the character. Well, I was about to say character creation, but I see it actually says character generation screen for Baldur's Gate. I've been sitting here re-rolling my abilities a bit to get something I was happy with. I'm not really looking for a busted, perfect score, but this is uh, a good score. If my math is correct, let's see, 60, 75, 83 is the total. And this is kind of important. This is the exceptional strength value. It can be anywhere from 1 to 100, which is double O. And it actually matters. This matters a lot, actually. Having it here between 91 and 99 means that I get a significant strength bonus, which will be important because my character is going to be a fighter. Actually, looking at this screen, you might be wondering, what the fuck am I looking at? This isn't... this certainly isn't the Enhanced Edition. Why am I not playing the Enhanced Edition? Well, there's a couple of reasons for that, but the main reason is that I wanted to try the original. I haven't really. And this is gonna be my character. My character is gonna be strong and tough. He's gonna be smart, and he's gonna be charismatic. This might be a problem. And this might be. I actually don't know. See, the thing is, I have not actually beaten this game. That's why I'm playing it right now. Because I've started this game several times, but I haven't actually beaten it. Let's see. Small sword should be daggers and short swords. Large sword is... there it is, long swords. That's what I'm looking for. What I haven't done is beaten the game. I have started it several times, but not this version. I've started the Enhanced Edition, and I've made several characters, but never one I was happy enough to beat the game with, I suppose. Well, there were many reasons why I never beat that game, and I think part of it was the overall feel of the Enhanced Edition. If you don't know, the Enhanced Edition of Baldur's Gate is a remake, effectively, that has a lot of graphical upgrades. It has a lot of small quality of life improvements. But the reason why it never quite sat right with me is probably that it also adds a few characters. It adds mechanics that were not in the original. Now, I haven't played the original either. This will be my first time, but I'm hoping I will find it more enjoyable. I'm just signing my character here. I should be totally black, probably not. What's that like? Well, I'm kinda liking that. Done.
Death to you all! As it should be. I must rest. Oh, such a waste of time this is. Pure life? I alone belong.
I'm listening to the voices.
So tired of wasting time.
Time for a bit of the rough and tumble.
Well, that's a very boisterous voice.
I'll need to be. I should get moving.
Actually, let's go with that one. It sounds fun. So, before naming my character, let's have a quick look. I picked male because, well, I'm not opposed to the idea of playing women. I have made several characters in pen and paper D&D that are women. pen and paper role-playing games overall. Um, but I thought for this playthrough I'm gonna be a man, a big man like that guy right there. I picked the portrait. I'm not sure. I know several portraits are characters in the game. I don't know this guy. Like I said, I've started this game several times. I never completed it. I picked this guy. He looked good. He looked kind of like the character I'm imagining. I would have preferred longer hair and mutton chops because I'm basically making a exaggerated version of me, which is one way to make an enjoyable character, I find. He's a human, and some of you might be going, why would you make a human? In D&D, you have all these elves and dwarves and stuff, and you choose to be a human. Well, I wanted to play a human. I think humans get not enough play in fantasy settings. They tend to become the default by which everything else is measured rather than being their own unique thing. I think D&D, depending on the setting, kind of averts that. I'm not super into Forgotten Realms. I haven't read any Drizzt books or anything, but I think I will be having fun as a human. In addition, I need to be a human for the class path, I guess, I have picked. So I have picked Fighter as my starting class. And I say starting class because I will eventually be switching over to Mage. Because humans are the only ones who can dual class. Because this is a 2nd edition game. I will probably be talking about that more as we get to it. My alignment is chaotic good, which is what I like to think I am in real life. I suppose everyone wants to think they're good, and I would say I am chaotic in the sense that I am very dedicated to the ideal of freedom, of liberty. I would probably consider myself a libertarian politically, though I'm not really into the whole idea of political allegiance at all, because, well, it goes against my ideals of chaos, basically. But I'm not here to have a big political, philosophical discussion. I'm here to play Dungeons and Dragons. I've chosen this layout, which is hilariously unbalanced. It might bite me in the ass. I don't actually know. I remember a lot of things about this game. I'm gonna be Bob, which is kind of funny to me in a fantasy setting, but I'm just gonna be Bob. I chose large sword because I'm going to be going sword and board is my plan. And later on I will pick up mage and I will become a spell sword. That's sort of the concept behind this character. He's gonna be a because I want this playthrough to be I want to go for like I want to role play in this role playing game. And my guy, he's gonna be a standing up to injustice, fighting for freedom, for everyone's freedom, sort of knight, sort of the romantic legend type knight who comes in riding to save the damsels and fight the dragons and free the people, that kind of romantic idea. Because I know you can be evil in this game, but I think for the purpose of this, I want to beat the playthrough, I want to beat the game. And I think it's a good point to start at being good. Like I said, I know some of the plot, but I haven't really gotten farther than... well, I haven't actually ever reached Baldur's Gate, the actual city. So that'll probably tell you about what you need to know. I don't know why I have a scroll wheel. I suppose if I was a mage or something, I could have chosen spells to begin with. But anyways, I'm gonna accept this and we're gonna start the game.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Faerun. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
So there we go. We are an orphan. We've lived here
Of course, yeah.
for 20 years, which I had forgotten.
Hello, child.
So yeah, these green guys are gonna be tutors. I'm trying to, let's see, I can control the camera like that. I can pressing some buttons. That would be my mage book. I don't have one because I'm a fighter. I'm not a mage, not yet. Let's see then. I can use the mouth. I can use the mouse to move around. I'm gonna hop into.
Yes. What now, I wonder?
I wonder what that is. Anyways, I'm just gonna click a bit because it's been a while, and I've never played this particular version. So let's see. We have a journal. That's good. Yeah, looks good. Got an armor class of 10. That's not good, but we'll fix that. We're a fighter, level 1. Got 0 experience. Next level 2000. Which is funny because, to me, because these days, playing 5th edition, you only need like 300 to level up. Let's see, is that? Pause. Can I pause? Yeah. I got the ability to pause time with space. Which is useful.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
An elven arse. Well, don't. Well, hello there, young one. Come to visit your old pal Winthrop, have ye? Well, don't forget the 5,000 gold piece book entrance fee as per Candlekeep custom, don't you know? And here we get to choose, because this is a BioWare game, an early BioWare game, and BioWare is these days known for, well, these days they're known for terrible, awful games, but they were known for dialogue trees and wheels and stuff. Anyways, we can sort of decide our character's personality through what we choose to answer, what we choose to say. And me, I'm going to go for Uh, this would be the sort of angry, uh, we got sort of angry serious, we got calm serious, and then we get the guy who actually gets the joke. And I'm just gonna answer this. You always were the big kidder. You don't want 5,000. Hi, just having a bit of fun. The monks may be walking around, some drinks, a room to sleep, or anything. Sure, what do you have? What? He is a merchant. I can buy some things. I don't remember if there is something to find. Let's see. A bastard sword, also known as a hand and a half sword. 2d4 damage. Proficiency type, large sword, meaning that we are very proficient with it. Type one-handed. 2d4 suggests to me that we roll 2d4 and add our strength bonus, which, seeing how we are 18/93, should be +6, I believe. Either way, that's pretty good. We could also buy a longsword, which has 1d8 damage. Now, 1d4 and 1d8 both have the same max damage, but 1d4 is considerably better because first of all, you can't roll 1 when you have 2 dice, and it is more consistent. It's kind of hard to explain, but with 2 dice, the more you want more smaller dice ideally if you want a consistent value. So we are gonna take a look. We have 100 gold. We're gonna buy a bastard sword. Can I buy a... I could buy mail. I don't know that I want that. Let's see. We can also buy a large shield. Armor class bonus 1. +1 versus missile weapons. As opposed to the medium shield that does not have that bonus. We also have small shields, which does not protect at all against missile weapons. So basically, from small to large. Oh yeah, we have a buckler, which doesn't protect against piercing attacks either. So different weapons have different damage type. We're just gonna buy a large shield. I believe these are strictly cosmetic differences, so we're going to go with the black one. The helmet doesn't actually give us a armor class bonus, but it does protect against critical hits, and it's only 1 GP, so I'm going to buy it. Let's see. Could buy armor, but the armor I actually want is too expensive. I don't remember how much gold there is to gain in this first area, but either way, there are a few other options here. I could sell, but I just bought it, so of course not. I could steal, but I'm not that kind of character. I'm chaotic good. That doesn't mean I do whatever I want. That's good. Let's see. Can I? Yes, I can. So, I'm going to equip the bastard sword in one hand and a shield in another, and we see my armor class goes down. Which is because we're playing 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons here, which means that the lower your armor class is, the better. That is the exact opposite of what it used to be, or what it is now, rather. It is what it used to be, but back in the day, you wanted a low armor class, believe it or not. Well, you should believe it because it's true. And now our character is wearing that. I think I'm going to have a big, quick
Pleasure to
talk
meet a
here.
socially acceptable person such as yourself.
I am socially acceptable. Sorry, my wife would like some time alone. Yeah. Uh, so this is a game that is, I believe, the first game that used this particular engine. Um, let's see. Can I do the? It's. I'm trying to figure out because I haven't played this game a lot, but I have played Planescape Torment. Now that is my jam. This game is a classic. This is the game that sort of, for one thing, it put...
Don't touch me. I might catch something.
Yes, might I help you? My apologies. Tomes of the Keep, yes indeed. I was just wondering, who might you be? I might very well be anyone, but I am Christian of Waterdeep. Oh, he's from Waterdeep. That is a city in the Forgotten Realms setting of, well, the country of Faerun, I believe. Or is that the continent? I forget. We're on the Sword Coast. That is sort of the default setting of 2nd edition. And 5th edition as well. See, I spent quite enough here. He's not very interesting. I don't have a particular attachment to the Forgotten Realms setting. I think the most interesting part about Dungeons and Dragons lore fluff is the multiverse concept, which might be why I have beaten and very much enjoyed. Yeah, spacebar. I don't think there's anything to learn here that I don't know. Hey. Hello there. You see the history of Halarua. Fresh air, ease of here, hate being so absent-minded. Please, if you find it, I really do need it back. Which has updated our journal. We need to, or we should, find a book for Fludia, who we apparently know. No, but I really like the multiverse aspect, and honestly don't really care for, well, it's not that I don't care for it, it's just that I don't have an attachment to Forgotten Realms as a setting. Do I not have a way to move the camera? See, I was looking for a options menu. A party AI. Select all. Oh, it is options. Actually, let me have a quick look here. Brightness, contrast, content, full screen transparency. Software mirrorability. I don't know what that means. I'm done there. Sound. Sure. Gameplay. Do I have any keyboard controls for the camera? Or do I have to do this? Because I can't drag the camera with my mouse. That much is clear. Priest's quarters. Interesting. And if I'm not mistaken, this guy has a quest. Fludia left her book. Oh, that's the book, yeah. Over here.
What do you need?
Nessa, the cow, is sick. Let's see. One of them potions of antidote of Hull. Stayed up drinking last night, got Hull out of bed. If I remember correctly, Hull is a guard or soldier or whatever. Let's see. I'm pressing a bunch of That's my journal. Mouse position, interesting. That's the journal again. I'm just not gonna bother. I'll have to play it this way. I suppose that's one of the things the enhanced edition has over this. But I am enjoying the old school feel so far. There's something about the menus and the, how would you put it? It's sort of like the new one doesn't have like this zone texture, and it has a different font. It just doesn't have that same old type of vibe to the aesthetics of the game. Let's see if I'm not misremembering. This is a... Hey there, Bob, says Chandler. So you're up early this day. Well, your father, Gorion, has asked me a strange favor. Seems like he wants you to learn some fighting. Asked me to be the teacher, so I hope you brought your staff with you. Hostile creatures have red circles. During our fight, I'm going to spring a little surprise on you. Remember, you can press spacebar anytime. So... That's interesting. I actually took 0 damage. I don't... That's probably part of the tutorial. I believe this is my HP, yeah. Storehouse. I think... Thought I asked you to clean out this building yesterday. Hope I can get in there. What was I saying? Probably something important. I have a tendency to lose track of my thoughts. So this is what combat looks like in this game. It's not overly exciting, I suppose. It gets more interesting once you start learning more spells and stuff. Also when you gain more party members. I haven't played a great many CRPGs, like computer RPGs. If I'm gonna be honest, I don't play that many RPGs in like video game form. I've played a lot of pen and paper RPGs. I actually didn't start with 5 GP, that's gonna get us more than nothing, I guess. I played a great many pen and paper RPGs. Didn't actually start with Dungeons and Dragons. That was something I discovered later. Well, I knew about it, but what I started playing was a Swedish pen and paper RPG called Eon. Actually, I think it might have been that I should have been going inside the priest quarters. Actually, Eon was supposed to get a PC RPG, but it was cancelled, sadly. I think you can find an ancient trailer for it on YouTube. Yeah, there it is. Oh, goody goody! I've gone and found you first. You're the Ward of Gorion, no doubt. And since my character is supposed to be intelligent, I'm gonna be like, well, I don't recognize you. Who are you? And what are you doing here? Who I am is unimportant, but who you are is very much so. I apologize for this dirty bit of business, but I must seek your death. So this is like an assassin. And my character isn't supposed to understand why he's being targeted, which is fine. I don't know that I know. There we go. We dealt 11 damage in that hit. That's quite a lot at this level. Let's see what he had. He had a dagger. We'll pick it up. Just because we might sell it later. Ooh, that's a Warhammer. That might be good. To sell, or maybe for another character later. A bit of gold. I kind of want to buy proper armor before leaving the tutorial area. Yeah. There was a man in there as well. It's, I'm going to be coy. I'm going to not talk too much. Because I feel like if I was attacked by a stranger who said he was like out to get me specifically, it wouldn't be the wisest to go telling everyone. Then again, I have low wisdom, this character does, but maybe I should have been honest. But either way, I'll give her the book. Let's see. I got from her a lynx eye. Pretty sure these are just sell items, so I'm going to go back to the inn. Over here. Go inside and see if I can't afford some chainmail.
As clean as an elven arse.
Oh. This is... Now I see. This is a specific menu for stealing, which I'm not gonna do. Lynx eye, silver ring. It doesn't sell for a lot, actually. Oh well. Let me have a quick look. I believe the splint mail is the better chainmail. Armor class 5. Armor class 4. And like I said, you want it low. The gold standard is probably plate mail. One day. No, but I played a lot of Eon. Eon is a Swedish pen and paper RPG that has a strong focus on realism and complexity, I should say. It tries to allow you to simulate just about anything you could think to do. Things like full damage is very complicated, and you got, instead of having HP, you have pain, trauma, and blood loss as your damage stats. You have a stamina system. Everything you do costs stamina, and if you start using stamina too much and get winded, you'll end up having a lot harder you'll have a greater difficulty performing any task you might want to. Magic is complicated. It's like it's
Very strict.
oh, hello. Gate Warden going to teach you a bit about the finer arts of mass combat. I think I'm actually gonna skip this. We'll see it eventually. Whatever little no, because it put that what does it gives you a temporary party to practice combat in group, basically, and I'm going to ignore that. I heard a yawning. That might be the whole character we're looking for. Eon is a very different game from D&D. D&D is, I like to think of it as being somewhat arcadey, which might sound weird because I don't know that arcades were a thing back when this game, back when D&D got started. But to me it feels that way because the way I learned to play pen and paper RPGs was simulation, essentially. You could see Dungeons and Dragons as a Need for Speed or a Burnout, whereas Eon, is it so? Yes, it is. Eon, the game I learned. Hey kid. You left your sword, you're a guard. You're not very good at this. You'll also find an antidote, I think Japanese one for old Nessie. Yes. That is exactly what we need to do. Eon is a very different game from Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons is simple in a way, which I don't mean to say as a criticism necessarily. I don't know whose call this is, I'm just gonna grab it. I don't know if that's entirely in character for this character, but... Hello, another assassin. He wants to know who I am. He wants to know if I'm Gorian's little whelp. And what business is that of yours? I'll make it my business if I please. Puts a blade down your gullet. Oh no. Oh dear. We're gonna fight this guy as well. Dungeons and Dragons is a very gamey game, which isn't bad, but it is different from what I learned playing pen and paper RPGs in the beginning. When I say it's a gamey game, I mean it has mechanics that are very, for better or worse, focused. Focus in the sense, oh, I think I'm gonna be honest with this guy because I know his name. It's not this place, child. It's you they're after. Gorian is waiting on the steps of the central library. Oh, I know. That's why I'm taking the long path around. Go to Ryan. It's safe for you here no longer. And this should be the barracks where I will find Hull's sword. Oh. I should have joined the army. I like some of the voice lines in this game. Let's see. Do you have any errands I can run? Errands? Yeah, actually. I need a quarrel of crossbow bolts. If you could get some of Winthrop at the inn, I'll reimburse you. There'll be a few coins in it for you. So you can stop giving me that look. Okay. I don't remember that, but let's see. Is that Hull's sword? I think it is. Hull's longsword, yes. And that would be the antidote. I think I'll go this way and go by the inn and fix that. Dungeons and Dragons has a lot of mechanics for combat. It has a lot less mechanics for social interaction and role-playing. It does have that, absolutely does. But I find that as a game system, Dungeons and Dragons is most suited for fighting, which can be fun, but it's not the only thing that is fun in role-playing games.
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
Elven arse. And dialogue. How many did I need? Oh, fuck. One. So, just gonna check my journal real quick. A quarrel of crossbow bolts. A quarrel. Isn't a quarrel a crossbow bolt? Or am I? No. I'm confused. I'm thinking of the bolt. Quarrels or bolts? Yeah, quarrels. Or bolts. What does it mean to buy a quarrel of crossbow? I'll just buy... Okay, I get 20. I'll hope that's what he wants. but I have learned to appreciate D&D a lot. I think there's also quite a bit of difference in... I didn't mean to click on you. No, shut up. There's quite a bit of difference between different editions as well. So I did briefly play second edition when my group... Let's see. Wonder you are. Stick with me and we'll go far. Okay, stick with me and we'll probably never leave the walls of Candlekeep. So, Iron Crisis business. Yeah, that's gonna be important later. So, I gained some experience for that. That's good. Experience is also a very gamey thing. Experience in levels is not a thing in Eon, for instance. And there are several other games that have different methods of character progression. I do think character progression is something important for RPGs, something that you should include in an RPG. Eon uses a system where you can either train or you can simply have the DM rule that you have deserved a chance to improve your score, and what you basically do is a reverse skill check instead of, because in Eon to perform a skill you need to roll under a certain number, which is your skill, with a certain number of dice. And long story short, to improve your skill you need to do the opposite. You need to roll above that same skill to raise it one. Meaning that every time you raise your skill... Where the fuck was Hull? Every time you raise your skill, you're making it harder to raise that skill. Meaning that you'll have effectively a logarithm... What's that Hull? God damn it. I mouse over him but didn't wait long enough. I have no patience. 20 GP. Oh. That should be enough for the armor I wanted. Maybe if I use the... if I do that, my character should... Oh fuck, no. No, stay away from me! What I was gonna say about the skill, before I read this, what I was gonna say about the Eon skills is that they end up having sort of a logarithmic, I think you would call that, growth curve, where you'll sort of flatten out, which makes a lot of sense. It works a lot like skills in real life. Last year I started going to the gym seriously and lifting weights, and early on I would raise my maximum capacity like every week, it felt like, and it's going slower and slower, which is natural. Let's see. Surprised that stuffy old Gorion let you away from your studies and chores. That old fiddle-faddled. I snuck off too. Old Puffguts Winthrop was looking for me, but I got all day to do his chores. You have time for a story today? No, I can tell you don't. What exactly have you been up to? My freaking kids, my foster father. But will not say where. Leave me be. That's the mean sort, child. But I'm not to tell you what I'm doing. I must go. Should not tire about either. Winthrop will want the beds. I'm not gonna tell her what to do. I'm afraid I cannot chat today. He won't tell me where. And notice how all those options had you calling her little one. Little one? I'm not much younger than you, though you sure got tall fast. Relatively, anyway. I wonder if that is there for like players who pick dwarf or halfling. A journey, eh? Never get to travel. Wish I could go with you. Yep, I really wish I could. Yes, sir, really do. Alright, I can... So, no way... I can ask. No harm. Oh, don't be silly. Gorion would never even let you finish the sentence. Never saw no letter. Nope. So she's read a letter of his, except she hasn't, because she just told us, oh no, she don't know nothing but no letter. I don't know about the character writing in this game. I haven't met all the characters, but a lot of characters I find not very interesting. I don't know if this is supposed to be funny or serious.
The Lord of murder shall perish, but in his doom he shall spawn a score of mortal. In the year of the turrets, a great host. The Lord of murder shall perish, but in his doom he shall spawn a score of mortal progeny. Chaos will be sown from their passage, so saith the wise Alando. Such a pestilence will follow in his
Lord of murder, perish you will. I wonder if this is actually important. The wise Alumno. Oh Christ, it's getting too much. I need to leave. I don't know about the writing in this game yet. I need to sort of experience all of it. But a lot of the characters I found... how should I put it? I didn't really like the tone of the writing. Alright, there's a guy here I can talk to. I forgot him. You want... Current word Maya count. I left an identify scroll with Teth Toril in the inner grounds. He should be done examining it by now, so if you could fetch it for me, I'd be grateful. Yes. Let's see. I'm forgetting a lot of things. There's quite a lot of questing to do in this area. Just sort of a warm-up, I suppose. Let's see. I now have quite enough. I'll sell you the dagger. I think I'll keep the warhammer. It might be useful later. And I'm gonna buy splint mail. Thank you. And then I'm gonna put that on. Yeah. Well, we certainly look... Actually, we look kind of awful, but that's fine. I do like these old isometric games. I find the look charming. Like I said, I've played a lot of Planescape Torment. It has a similar, I suppose, look. It's one of these guys.
In the year of the turrets, a great host will come from the east like a plague of locusts.
Oh.
So saith the wise Alando. Shadows descend upon the land. The Lord of murder shall perish. In the year of the turrets, a great spawn a score of mortal progeny. So chaos will be sown from their passage.
So I'm trying to listen to one of them at a time. It's kind of hard. Let's see. There's supposed to be a guy here who has the identify scroll that the dude wanted. Hi, Moen. So she's kind of an example of the writing I'm not super fond of. She's not the worst, because like... Oh, hey. Firebead has sent you. Yes, that's the name of the guy. And that should be the identify scroll. Yes. And had I been a mage, I might be able to memorize it, which would have been neat, because identify is a useful spell to have. Because it lets you identify magic items, which you need to do in order to get their bonus when using them. But Imo isn't so bad. But she can have some I don't know what to call it. Lines that just rub me the wrong way. It's kind of hard to put my finger on. I'll point it out as it comes up.
My hotel's as
Why am I
clean
talking to
as an
you?
elven
I
arse.
shouldn't. I should be talking to you.
Hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Far be the elven hair. Oh. He enchanted me a little bit. Protection from evil. Not a bad spell. Well, it kind of is, because we'll probably be talking about that quite a lot in this game as well, but the alignment system in Dungeons & Dragons has been often maligned, with good reason, for being a simplification of morality. I think it is a good sort of pointer. Like, it is something you can use as a baseline for what kind of character you are, but it shouldn't dictate your entire being.
A simple task.
It's been talked a lot about. A lot of people don't like it. Thanks, kid. Here they believe in soon as you take care of yourself. Lost an item, gained an item. Gained an... Oh, there we go. That is a dagger. That is magical, but I don't know what kind of magical, because I can't identify it. I don't have a spell or a scroll. So, I think I'm just about... Flydia, yes, done. Nessa, done. I did do that, right? Did I ever go to Nessa the cow? I'll go back to Nessa the cow, just check out. What was I saying? It's gonna be even harder to stay focused when I'm the only one playing. I'm not a very focused person. I tend to have a lot of things going on at once.
I am very proud of you.
Oh no.
I'm sure Gorion is.
Go to Gorion and listen well. Life is a mere... For without knowledge, life is a mere shadow of death. Huh. Can you go through that? You sure can't. Oh.
Simple task.
Oh, the pathfind... I forgot how bad the pathfinding is. That's not fixed in the enhanced edition. Well, I wasted some time sending my guy into a wall. Oh, fuck. I guess I'll try and walk over here. I'm not very focused. I lose track of my train of thought all the time. I hope it doesn't get too frustrating to watch. And listen to. Teth Toril. Hi Teth Toril. Good name, I'm Bob.
What do you need?
I don't really know enough about the setting. Oh, I did give the potion. That means I should be free to head over to Gorion, which is about time. So this game has some... Western RPGs often have a focus on self-expression and making your own character, making a role for yourself. Whereas, for instance, Japanese RPGs often put a role, they give you a role to play, like the Persona games. This is very unnerving, you know. For there is no time to tarry. The keep is well protected, but not invulnerable. I'm ready to go right now. Please, Father, tell me where we will be going. I cannot. Fair enough, I suppose. I think I'm good. What could possibly harm us here? I'm gonna ask that too. He doesn't know where we're going, by the way. I just properly read this. Baldur's Gate is mentioned as a city, which is probably where we'll end up sooner or later. See, Candlekeep is indeed formidable. Obstacle for ne'er-do-wells. I've always found that word confusing, but anyways, it is not insurmountable. No matter how thick the mesh, at least one mosquito will always find. No, my child. We must leave as soon as possible for our safety. I'm ready to go right now. No, but Japanese games.
If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them.
So he just told us that if we get separated, we'll go to the Friendly Arms Inn.
The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I'll explain everything as soon as there is time.
I hope.
Wait, there is something wrong.
I hope the dialogue will be audible.
Perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
For God, I swear I know that voice. I'm gonna look it up as we go.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, old man.
Run, child. Get out of here.
So this is sort of a demonstration, I suppose, of what the combat can be.